Hello, I'm the Brown Booktuber, and if you're new here, this channel is where we talk about books from Asia or by Asian authors. And I'm going to talk to you guys today about my planned winter TBR. And in winter, you want to be a little bit cozy with your books. Sometimes you don't want to be reading anything too harsh. You want to snuggle up next to the fireplace, or in my case, the only place with heating, which is the towel rack in my bathroom. But yeah, so I want to talk you guys through my TBR for this winter, and hopefully you guys join in. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on them. I'd love to know. But let's head right into it. Up first, we have The Strange Disappearance of a Bollywood Star by Vaseem Khan, which is the third book, I believe, in the Baby Ganesh Agency investigation storyline, which I read the first two of these books, I think on a whim. I think I saw the author's name and I'm like, I'm going to read that book. Because, you know, I'd never really seen books by South Asians or Muslims before, so I was like, I'm going to read that book. And I really fell in love with the first book, and I read the second one. Then I got this hard copy version of this, which I think is signed. I believe it is signed. Amazing. But I just think this is going to be a nice, like, if it's anything like the other two, it's a detective story, but it's not too grim. It's a little bit lighthearted. Obviously, it does touch on some aspects of Indian culture and society, which aren't the most savory, but it's going to be a nice read. And for the winter, I want like a nice fiction read, which is going to be a through line for the rest of these books. Thirdly, we have Saika Murata's Earthlings, which, wow, my camera does not like that cover because it's very overexposed. I kept on seeing this and Murata's other book, Convenience Store Woman, pop up everywhere in bookshops, I think this year and last year. And I think a friend of mine read Convenience Store Woman and they really enjoyed it. So I thought, I like the hedgehog, so I'm going to buy this. As you can tell, I buy a lot of my books just on a whim, which is, I think, great, because I read so many more books that I might not be exposed to otherwise. I do have like a dedicated list of books that I will seek out, but those are mostly non-fiction. So when it comes to fiction, I just look at the covers, all the names, all the blurbs. I guess that's kind of what you have to do when you're considering a book. But the covers and the colours on the covers really do help me pick out books. But I digress. This book seems like it's going to touch that little bit of a weird bone when it comes to the books I read, which will be nice. Although, it's kind of weird, maybe, or it's going to be traumatic. It feels like it's going to be one of the two, and I hope it's the former, because this is Christmas time. This is winter time. I don't want a traumatic book, but I have a feeling it's going to be, which is going against the reason of my cozy winter TBR. I regret these things now. Second to last, we have Tokyouno Station by Yu Miri, which I apologise if I pronounced something wrong of it, I'm sure I did. But this kind of caught my eye when I was looking at the blurb, and it was kind of talking about the differences in basically social structure / social class within Japan. It looks like it's really discussing the vast differences in class and poverty and the rich in Japan, which is something obviously I've not really read or looked into too deeply, me mostly looking at that from a British perspective. So it'd be really nice, well, not nice, interesting and insightful to see what a Japanese author has to say about that through their novel. And it's a award-winning book. Yu Miri is an award-winning author, so I think this might be a pretty good read. Again, thinking about it now that I'm saying this, probably also gonna be depressing, which isn't supposed to be the point of my winter TBR. Oh. Okay. And those are all the books I'm looking to read this winter, alongside a couple of other books that I'm trying to wrap up by November, which will go out in the November wrap-up video. Let me know what you're reading this winter. I'd love to know. Are you going for some more cozy, light-hearted books, which was my original goal, which clearly seems may not be the case, or are you going to stick to kind of your normal reading list that you've got, trying to finish up books for this year and get a head start for next year? Are you going to read slightly more holiday themed books? I never really do that. That might be something I should start doing. But let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on these books, if you have read them, what books you're reading. The links to all the books will be in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you read a fantastic book today.